Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thanks so much for tuning back into the channel to report on some very sad news here today, reporting on the death of Brent Hinds, formerly of Mastodon, co-founder and ex-guitarist of the band. And rumors started to circulate earlier this morning that Brent Hinds had passed away in a motorcycle crash in Atlanta overnight. And, I didn't want to believe it, but we unfortunately now have some confirmation on his death, reported first by Atlanta News First. Brent Hinds was killed Wednesday night in a crash while on a Harley-Davidson when the driver of a BMW SUV failed to yield while making a turn at the intersection of Memorial Drive and Boulevard, according to police. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office has confirmed his death. Hinds was 51 years old and recently departed Mastodon on what was initially described as mutual, but now it's come out over the last several weeks that there's some bad blood there, and Hinds said he was kicked out of the band. But let's forget about any of that negativity, surrounding his departure from the band and focus on his legacy, one of the greatest metal guitarists of the 21st century. Now, as tributes have come pouring in over the last couple hours, Mastodon, Hinds' former bandmates, have released the following statement saying, and I quote, "We are in a state of unfathomable sadness and grief. Last night, Brent Hinds passed away as a result of a tragic accident. We are heartbroken, shocked, and still trying to process the loss of this creative force with whom we shared so many triumphs, milestones, and the creation of music that has touched the hearts of so many. Our hearts are with Brent's family, friends, and fans at this time. We please ask that you respect everyone's privacy during this difficult time." As a co-founder of the band, Hinds was a key force behind Mastodon's distinct and progressive sound, and I always loved his songwriting approach, often incorporating unconventional time signatures and harmonies that I think added a lot of depth and complexity to the band's music. And, beyond his guitar work, his contributions as a vocalist range from, harsh growls to cleans, and that really helped to define the dynamic contrasts that have become a Mastodon trademark. Right. Brent was such a creative force, right? Even, after his departure, before his death, there was a question of, where will Mastodon go next without him? Because Hinds was so crucial to the evolution of their sound. I mean, his, unique playing blended elements of sludge metal, progressive rock, country, even jazz, that really set Mastodon apart from other bands. And his influences were so cool, too, what became his signature style of fast hybrid picking, he, picked that up by emulating banjo fingerings on his guitar, so somebody who really played in a very unique way and brought something very different to the table that helped to, make Mastodon a very unique and distinct band. And, you can't imagine classic Mastodon records like Crack the Sky, Leviathan, Remission, Blood Mountain, Love How He Plays, Rhythm on the Sleeping Giant, or even the band's most recent album, Hushed and Grim, without Brent Hinds. And we're talking about a really innovative and creative mind for music, someone who we've just lost way too soon, and such a preventable death, too. This has been, of course, a horrible year for rock star deaths, right? I mean, we lost Ozzy Osbourne, Brian Wilson, Mick Ralphs, Les Binks, and now, of course, Brent Hinds. It's been just a terrible year. But, it's horrible news to report on his passing today, but just wanted to talk for a moment about, his legacy and his contributions to the Mastodon sound and to their fantastic discography. So that wraps up this brief tribute here to Brent Hinds, who passed away overnight in a motorcycle crash in Atlanta. Absolutely horrible news, and, with these tribute videos, I never really know what to say, right? I mean, it's really hard to find the words, because what are you supposed to say? But, unfortunately, Brent Hinds passing away, and this is just another terrible loss for the rock and metal world here, and one of the greatest guitarists of the 21st century, in my opinion. And you look at those Mastodon albums, and they would either cease to exist or look very different without Brent Hinds, and so the metal world definitely lost an absolute legend here today. Rest in peace, Brent Hinds.